everyone, this is Linda with Lilybugs Library. Welcome to my channel. And we are on day, goodness, the days are going so quick. We're on day 17 of our tea calendar. So this one is these cute little lights. So, and as you can see, I've gotten a little festive today. I figure we're getting close. So I'm going to open this. All right, and let's see what we've got. Oh, this one looks very dark. Let's see what it's called. Gray's Mixture. It says Ceylon black tea, Keeman black tea. Never heard of that. Bergamot and dried beet. I'm scared. I don't know about this one. This one sounds different. All right, so let me open it up here, and we'll get our tea ball, and we'll take a look there to see what it turns out like. Now, I assume if it has beet in it, it definitely should be red or purple or something. So we will see what we get. Close up the tea ball, and we'll tuck it in our cup. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. And while we're waiting for that to do what it does, I did see there is a little piece of paper that came with the advent calendar. I haven't really been looking at it much because it tells all of the different days, and I'm trying to kind of stay away from that, so I'm surprised. But yesterday's when they talked about Tia's, whatever it was, whatever kind of tea, but it was called Tia's something. And they were talking about Tia from the game Animal Crossing, apparently. So I did see that when I went to put in how many teacups it got. So anyway, we'll see what today's is, because I don't know if Gray's tea is supposed to be like Meredith Grey. Is it supposed to be something else? I don't know. We will find out. It is turning a little bit red, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so just a few things to talk about today. So I did finish A Dog Named Christmas. It was adorable, really sweet. It's about this man whose son has, I'm not sure if they actually say what he has or whether they don't, but some sort of learning disability. I think he is, I think maybe he has Down syndrome. That's what it was. I was trying to think of the name of it. And so it was about his son, who is over 16, but I'm not sure exactly how old. He finds out his father has never allowed him to have a dog, even though they live on a farm, because his father had lost dogs when he was younger, and he just didn't think he could handle that anymore. So there's a animal shelter near them, and they start this program for Christmas that his son hears about. And basically they're trying to empty out the shelter over Christmas, have all the dogs fostered out for the holidays, and then they come back after Christmas. And so it was just a way to kind of give them a better few days, hopefully have some people who decide to keep the dog and adopt it, and also give the shelter staff time to have their own holiday. So anyway, it's about the son trying to convince the father to do that, and then what happens after that. And it was, like I said, it was really sweet. Absolutely loved the book. It was well done. Lots of, kind of lessons for father and son. And it was, the whole thing really had a lot of cozy feels to it, and I really enjoyed it. So that one I would give 5 out of 5. I listened to it on Audible, and I always think that's a different way of dealing with a book, because sometimes you'll get readers who they just don't match what you think the character should sound like, different things like that. But I really enjoyed it that way. I thought that the reading was well done, and it didn't take away from the book at all. If anything, it added to it. And every time I shake my head, I can hear my jingle bells. So it's a little distracting, but otherwise. So yeah, that was a 5 out of 5. I did also finish one that was not at all what I won't say it wasn't what I thought it was, because I guess I didn't read the back of what the book was. I'm not sure how I got this way, but I think I just chose the book based on the cover. But it was called Hair on Fire and has a little girl on the front who looks like she's in like a little angel costume sort of thing, and very sweet looking. But what it turns out to be is like a memoir of different things that went on in this person's life, in the author's life, regarding Christmas. So it was different places that she spent the holiday, different people she spent the holiday with, her memories of different things. It was very nice. It wasn't like I said, wasn't really what I was thinking it was because there was no like story to it. But it was still nice for the holidays, and turns out the whole Hair on Fire was, if you've been to any kind of Christmas Eve services or anything, a lot of churches have you leave with a candle lit. And I guess this was like her as a little girl, and she was told it was some sort of Christmas pageant, and they were told again and again, like, make sure you keep space between you because you have this lit candle. And apparently they got a little crowded, and her hair ended up catching on fire. So it was, they had to, take care of that really quick and continue on. But anyway, the whole story was, the whole book was interesting. So that one's a hard one to rate, just because what do you rate something that's it's not even that it's someone's memories, but it's also like Christmas poems and Christmas songs. And um, I mean, I guess probably like 3 out of 5, just because it was nice and it was Christmassy. So, that's what it was meant to be. So anyway, that was good. And so we had, we'll check the tea and then I'll tell you about my day. Um, well, I mean, it's got a little bit of redness to it. It's not as like bright as some of the other ones that we've had, but if you can get I don't want to tip it, but if you can get a little look at it there, it's a little bit. So let's see. Well, I don't taste beet, which is probably good. Although I like beets, but not in my tea. Well, this one I have to say, it just, to me, I mean, I'm no tea connoisseur, but it just tastes like black tea. Um, so in spite of the fact that it seems to have 3 or 4 different things in it, that's really all I'm tasting. It's good tea, but if someone had handed me this as a cup of tea, I would have just drank it and not thought anything of what was in it. So anyway, we'll continue to drink that. So I'll tell you what we did today. So we decided we were going to go to the mall. My craziness, because I always feel like, okay, at least once, during the Christmas season, I like to go to the mall. I love to see all the decorations, do a little shopping and, eat bad food and call it a day. So we did that, my wonderful husband and my sister and I, and in some ways it was great. I mean, the mall looked beautiful. It was really nicely decorated, and Santa was there, and Santa looked good too, and it was not super crowded, which was good. But it's 3 levels, so there's like the food court on the bottom level, and then there's 2 levels of shops, and it was a lot. So I took my cane with me and used it, of course, but it's tough these days because I've got a knee on one side that gives me problems and a injured ankle on the other side that gives me problems. So it doesn't matter which side I use the cane on, I can only do it for so long, and then I have to switch to the other side. But anyway, that's what I did. And, I was a little slow moving, but we all split up and did a little shopping. And things are crazy expensive this year. Maybe they always are, but I'm noticing it this year, I guess. But we got a few things, and then went to the food court, and I had I like Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's not something I normally eat because I don't think it's great for you. but I had a piece of chicken and some Supreme fries with, if you've never had Supreme fries, I think that's what they're called. Basically, it's fries with sour cream and green onion and Hamburg and tomatoes. And yeah, again, not something I normally eat, but once a year, it's it's good for it. Good for a treat. So we did that, and then we came home, and I took some pain meds and had a nap because I was that tired. And so now it's, I'm later in the day, but I'm feeling a little more myself. So we're going to talk just a little bit about your Christmas and my Christmas and what we, if you celebrate or if you celebrate something else, what you do on those holidays. So a little bit about what goes on during people's holidays. The book Hair on Fire kind of got me thinking about a little bit, and what you do not just on that one day, but through that whole season. So here, one of the things that we do is there's certain TV shows that have to be watched, and I'm sure it's like that in a lot of houses. We watch normally Charlie Brown's Christmas, which I'm sure at this point in life I could recite pretty much the whole thing. And we watch the cartoon of How the Grinch Stole Christmas back. I think it was made, gosh, I've been watching it as long as I can remember. It was probably made in the 60s or 70s. And then as far as movies, I usually like to watch Miracle on 34th Street, but it has to be, I'm very picky, it has to be the original with Natalie Wood, and it has to be the black and white version. So we watch that, and which is funny, I don't remember, I think I have less uh, attention span than I used to when I was younger, or maybe I was up and down a lot and I, just don't remember that part of it. But I find that movie is quite long. Um, and I get a little antsy sitting through a movie these days. I don't know why, but maybe it's because it's the digital age and you're just going from one quick thing to another. But we watched that, and then the other one I like is the movie Elf with Will Ferrell, and so we tend to watch that one too. He's so over the top excited about Christmas, and it just makes me smile. So I do like that one. And then oftentimes for the holidays, there are certain things that we'll bake. Usually it's shortbread cookies that we'll bake and we'll decorate and in different shapes. And then for a long time, I did donuts at Christmas. It was something that my mother always did. She always baked donuts in the deep fryer for Christmas. Not sure why, but it was one of the things we did. And I haven't done it in a long time, but I think this year I might try to do it with my air fryer. I don't know whether they would turn out, but I'm tempted. Maybe what I'll do, because I don't actually own a deep fryer, I haven't for years. So, I mean, I don't really want to put like a pot of boiling oil on the stove. I don't think that's very safe usually. So, I thought we'd try the air fryer. We'll see. So I'll let you know how they turn out or if they turn out. And then, of course, we put up the tree, and this is hot. We put up the tree and we decorate it. And it's not quite up yet. It's been a busy month. So that'll probably go up in the next couple of days. And then with the ornaments, we don't have a Good Housekeeping worthy tree. That's just not who we are. So it's an eclectic bunch of different ornaments that we picked up from travels, or they were made by the children, or they were, baby's first Christmas ornaments when I, had kids years ago. Just a real mix of everything. A lot of times it's, just stuff we enjoy. We have one that's a sushi roll. We have one that's Tim Hortons coffee. It's like, just different things. And not too many from long ago. We might have a couple. But I do have some that look similar to something that would have been on your grandmother's tree, um, but they're not. They're new. It's just they're made to look nostalgic like that. The ones that have the like cutout center and like a little starburst in the center of it, and sometimes they're shaped kind of like a teardrop. I really like those ones. We keep the the ones that are most precious and breakable go near the top of the tree, and then the ones that can't be hurt go near the bottom of the tree because of the cats. So you never know what they're gonna decide they're gonna do. Usually we put the tree up for it's an artificial tree because where we live we're not allowed real trees in the apartment building. So we'll put up the artificial tree and usually not decorate it for a day or two just to give the cats a chance to kind of explore it. And our thought is that they'll be done with that and leave it alone when we decorate it. Doesn't usually work, but we try. And and then as far as what we do for Christmas dinner and all of the rest of it, um, most years, I mean, we try very hard for everyone's family to come over, and grandchildren and children. But it gets hard because they also have partners who they have their families too, and then my the kids sometimes spend the Christmas with their father, and so it's a lot, right? I mean, families are complicated. It's not always as easy as Christmas dinner and that's it. So sometimes we spread it out. Some years we'll have Christmas Day, we'll have Boxing Day, we'll have the day before Christmas. It just depends on how it works. So we're flexible that way, and a lot of times it's for quite a few years it seemed like it was happening on Christmas Eve instead of Christmas Day, and we'd end up ordering sushi Christmas Eve, and we'd eat sushi and do things. But again, just depends on the year. What we do have, if we have a big Christmas dinner, it's usually turkey. Don't often do ham for Christmas. So it's usually turkey, and it's a lot of sides that go with it. Part of the family is vegetarian, so we'll also do a lot of stuffings and mashed potatoes and mac and cheese and broccoli salad and green beans and all those sort of things. My husband really likes this recipe called copper pennies, which is like a glazed sort of carrot. Not my favorite, but he loves it, so we make that too. And and then after Christmas, once Christmas is all done, um, it's usually the tree comes down around Boxing Day, or not Boxing Day, around New Year's Day. I don't tend to keep it up after that. I know if you go with like Epiphany, it's not until I think January 6th that you take it down. But usually because we put ours up fairly early, I like to take it down, and kind of start the new year fresh is kind of what I think in my head, right? And that includes, the house being back to normal. So there's a lot of that too. Um, and then this year we're kind of adding in a few things. Usually the grandchildren come over and we decorate. Used to decorate gingerbread houses, but that tends to get a little frustrating because it's so hard to get them to stay together and stand up. And we never seem to be quick enough, I guess, to be able to find the ones that are already made and you just have to decorate. Those seem to go pretty quick, probably because everybody's as frustrated as we are. So we started last year. We were decorating gingerbread sweaters, little cookies that look like gingerbread sweaters, and you would decorate them to be Christmas sweaters. That was a lot of fun, but the cookies in those things are not great. So you decorate them, but are you going to eat them? Probably not. And this year we're going to add in some fun games, just for the heck of it. So we had I've looked at a lot of them on Instagram, which I thought would be cute. There's ones where you put solo cups, those big cups that you use for I don't know, alcohol, pop, whatever. And so you put those on your hands, and then you have a paper plate in front of you, and you have all these candies or cotton balls or something in the center of the table, and you're trying to pick them up with these, hands of Solo cups and put some onto your plate. And so then it's like who can get the most on there. There's another one where you're blindfolded and you're trying to do different things with the blindfold on. There's one where you tie a string and a candy cane around your waist, and then you're trying to hook other candy canes with the candy cane that you've got on you without using your hands. So, there's just a lot of fun, different things to do. One grandson is 9 and one is 6. So, there's just something fun. So we're looking forward to doing that. And let's see. I guess that's the main things that we do. We did put up some outdoor lights, but where we're at, it's we don't we don't have a lot of space outside, and we don't really go crazy with it. We just put up a couple of strings around the balcony. So I would love to know what your traditions are, what you watch, what's your favorite part of Christmas, what do you like to do? Do you get up early? Do you stay up late? Do you open things the night before? Do you open them, that morning? And just, what goes on at your house. So, if you feel like commenting, I'd love to hear about it. And I know not, everyone's house is not the same, and sometimes people would just as soon not deal with anything to do with the holiday. And, that's fine too. We all have different lives, we all do different things, and there's no right or wrong to any of it. So, anyway, that was just thought we'd have a little chat about that today. And I'm going to go finish my tea. And now that I've had my nap, I feel a little better. So I'll probably also go and get some supper started and see what we can do for the rest of the weekend. All right, talk to you soon, friends. Bye bye.